So you want to be a YouTuber? So did I. This is a dream job in a lot of people's eyes. Work on your own terms, no boss hanging over your shoulder judging every single move you make. Nobody telling you when you can or cannot eat lunch. No asking for permission to go suck down a pole mall. When you're a YouTuber, you could suck down anything you want to. But succeeding on this platform, it ain't easy. Disappointed. Be ready to possibly experience that feeling. You're getting ready to start or already have started a YouTube channel and things ain't working out so well. But this is normal, so don't panic. There are some creators that have made it very big, very fast. But that's highly unlikely. Statistically, it's probably not gonna happen to you. It could, but that's a rare occasion. Most creators won't see many views, many likes, many comments, or many subscribers in the beginning of their YouTube career. It don't matter how good the project is, it don't matter how hard you worked on it. YouTube is a business first and foremost, and they have to protect that business by making sure that their algorithms are recommending the right channels to the right people. What they're really looking for is creators that are here for the long haul. They don't want to recommend your video to anybody, have it pop up on their page, all of a sudden they like you, they subscribe, and then you know where to be found anymore. Or you drop another video 2-3 months later. YouTube don't like that. They want to see you active. By the end of my first year, I had about 500 subscribers, give or take. And that's pretty good. I read somewhere once that most YouTubers that put in work and hustle get around 200 to 300 subscribers in their first year. Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, for all you tech guys out there, he said in an interview that he only had 200 subscribers by the end of his first year. And this is a guy that's approaching 10 million. Now this doesn't exactly go for everybody on YouTube, but for me personally, I spend a lot of time. I spend time prepping, make sure my gear is all ready for the shoot, then film, then edit, which editing could take longer than the filming. It could wind up being more time consuming than your typical 8-hour shift or 40-hour work week. Oh my God, there's a tick. Do you see this fucking tick? Jesus, they are probably all over me right now. Oh my God. I didn't even feel him. Shit. I just saw him. Damn. The boy's panicking now. I'm so terrified of ticks and bugs. More ticks than anything. Bugs just annoy me. They get all up in my grill and my personal space. They fly into my eyeball. Have you ever had a gnat fly into your eyeball and then you shut your lid on him and smush him inside of your eye? Then there's little bits of gnat all inside your eyeball. Good luck getting that out. So there's the first part. Numbers probably won't be great. Your confidence could plummet. And you might start to question whether or not you should keep doing this YouTube thing. And the answer is yes. Yes, you should. Work your way through the bad numbers. Make videos to the best of your ability and upload as often as you can. The more that you upload, the more that the algorithm will see that you're serious about this. Next up is identity. When I first started out on YouTube, I wanted to film about everything. I said my channel is going to be about whatever the hell I want it to be about, and that's that. Forget this niche. Go niche your ass. I had so many ideas on what I wanted to do with my channel. Camera and tech, of course. Fashion. Men's handsome tips. It's the same thing as women's beauty tips. We prefer handsome. You got away. I wanted to do motivational videos, haircut tutorials, everything under the sun that you could think of. I always said to myself in the beginning, I want the freedom to talk about it. Whatever the hell I want, anything I want, everything I want, let's do it. Hence the name. This is why I came up with the Everything Man. I know it comes across as kind of this cocky, Mr. Perfect type of name, but that's not at all what the intentions were. So if you don't have a certain niche that you want to target right away, you could run into some problems. My advice is find 1 or 2 things that you want your channel to be about, let an audience begin to relate to you, and then build. There's 2 flies having sex. And they almost bumped into me. And then once your channel gets a certain amount of traffic, you can slowly venture off into other things that you want to get into on your channel. And hopefully, if your audience likes you enough, they'll follow you along for the journey. Also, if you're thinking about just becoming a daily vlogger, vlogging your day, and that's what your channel is, you could run into some problems there. That is a straight up dice roll. And so is me standing in one spot in the middle of the woods for too long. The bugs have found me. I'm gonna keep it pushing. Onto personality. For me personally, my preference when I'm watching YouTube, when I'm viewing creators, I like to see a personality, unless it's a straight up information channel or a learning channel or tutorials or something along those lines. I like to see the personality of the man behind the camera. I'm not a big fan of something I like to refer to as a news anchor personality, meaning super professional, by the books, seems like you're reading everything off a cue card. It's just not my style. If your personality isn't a big part of your channel, then it kind of just seems like anybody else could come in and fill in and do the exact job that you're doing. That's just my feel on it. Everybody has their own preference, but for me, your personality has to be a big part of the channel. I want to feel presence from people I subscribe to. When I subscribe to somebody, I either want information or entertainment, and it's a big win if you could bring both on the same channel. Jesus, it doesn't stop no matter where I go. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter. Next up is gear. The timeless question, does gear matter? Some people say no, some people say yes. I'm a personal believer of yes, gear does matter in certain situations. I'll try to go through this quick. If you are very good at what you do, then gear might not matter. Meaning if comedy is your thing and you are very, very funny, then it probably won't matter if you're shooting on a smartphone or an expensive camera. If you have a very informative channel, if you teach people things, if you show people things, if you give people information, gear might not matter so much. For example, my buddy Gerald Undone, who deserves a long-awaited shout out from me. We talked not too long ago and he helped me out with a small issue I was having with my Atomos Ninja 5. Really good dude. Make sure you go subscribe. Super informative camera channel. I learn things all the time from watching his videos. Go check out his work. Tell him Tem sent you. He's crazy. Gerald is basically in one setting for most of his videos, if not all his videos. I haven't seen every single video he's ever released, but it seems like he's just in his workshop most of the time and schooling people to some information that they might not know otherwise. Now, even though he's a camera channel, even though he owns expensive, nice gear, I personally feel like he can get the same job done with the same results with a not so premium setup. And that's because he's really good at information. But when you offer a channel that has a lot of cinematic scenes and B-roll, slow motion, music, the whole nine, I think that gear, to a certain extent, definitely does matter. Shallow depth of field, really great color, smooth motion shots, good stabilization, great low light performance, log profiles. Gear matters a little bit. For anybody out there that says gear completely does not matter, it doesn't matter what camera you have, it matters a little bit depending on what you want to do. For all those things, you're going to need something a lot better than your iPhone or a GoPro. You don't need the best or the most expensive, but you definitely need something that's very decent. You need a decent camera. You probably need as fast of a lens as you could afford. You also need a pretty decent microphone. I'm using right now the Rode Video Micro. $60, $70, something along those lines. But you need something. You got to invest a little bit. Again, if that's the type of channel you're looking to have. And when you're really good at what you do and the quality of your footage looks great, that's a double win. So no, gear doesn't technically matter, but in some cases, it definitely does. And in all cases, it doesn't hurt. It helps improve the quality of your footage, which is always a good thing. If you're interested in what gear I use or recommend, there's a link in the description below to my Amazon store. There's some really good buys in there. Check it out. Next up, speak clearly. I know I'm not the greatest talker on the planet. I got a weird accent. I speak funny. I get it. And I agree, but I don't fill my video up with a bunch of silent spaces and ums and stuttering. You gotta speak up. That's the beauty of video, that's the beauty of editing. You can just cut out all those silent parts. And as you go, you'll get better at not saying them at all. People don't want their time wasted, so cut out all the time wasting scenes. All right, next up, video titles and video thumbnails. Two enormously important parts to becoming successful on YouTube. Both have to catch people's eyes. Both are extremely important. So learn how to make good thumbnails and keep the titles as easy to read and intriguing as humanly possible. But don't really do the clickbait thing unless it really does relate to something in your video where you're not tricking your audience just to watch a shitty video. Clickbait will always get you a thumbs down. Next up is your connection with your audience. When you do eventually get to the point where people are constantly commenting on your videos, you gotta interact back. You gotta comment back. Don't pay attention to all these big time YouTubers. You see the conversation section, it's people's comments and the only replies are from other viewers. It's rarely from the YouTuber himself. That's a whole different level. Now when you hit that level, you can only answer so many comments. Even me, myself, I still consider myself a small-time channel. I'm just approaching 5,000 subscribers. I've only been doing this for a year and a half. But even then, it gets hard to try to play catch-up with all the comments. But while you can, make sure you do. You want to start building a relationship with people that turn to you for entertainment, that turn to you for information. Even if it's just a simple thank you. They might compliment your video. Hey, great work today. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let them know that you really appreciate that. Some people are just complete douche faces and you could ignore them completely. You can delete them, you could block them, you could do whatever you want. But for the people that are supporting you, for the people that are showing love on your channel, even for some people that might have a quick suggestion or two, show them some love back. Let them know that you're listening. Let them know that you hear them. This is honestly a conversation that could just branch out into a million different conversations. There's so much advice for becoming a creator on YouTube. There's so many things to learn. One of the best pieces of advice is enjoy the learning. Even if you weren't good in school, even if you're not good at retaining knowledge, if you try to enjoy it, you will learn it and you will like it and you will love it. Even though editing is a big, huge pain in the ass, I love it. I love sitting down and creating. To me, the art is just as much in the editing as it is in the filming. I've taken normal looking footage on many occasions and spiced it up pretty nice to where it actually has a feel to it. It has some kind of story behind it. So make sure you polish up on your editing skills. Which brings me to my last thing that I'm going to talk about today. Thick skin. You gotta have thick skin on YouTube. If not, this is the wrong platform for you. Oh boy, I'm in a bad space here now. Some people are miserable. Some people are just negative, miserable people. They love leaving negative comments and making people feel bad about themselves. They try their hardest to stand out or get attention in the comment section. So they just say bad things and they try to downplay your work or whatever it may be. Some people are just screwed up. Some people think they're funny in the comment section and they insult you and they think they're a fucking comedian, and I have no problem with it if it's actually funny, but most of the time people ain't too funny. But you got to be able to handle that. You can't go firing back at every single negative comment that somebody leaves you. You can't get worked up. You just got to ignore it. Now, this is where I can say that I'm extremely lucky on YouTube. I don't know what it is, but like 90-95% of the comments on my videos since day one have all been pretty positive. I haven't had too many jerk-offs for the whole time that I've been on YouTube. There's been like maybe a handful total where I'm just like, you douche. I need to find out your home address and I'll be coming to visit you very soon. And then we'll see how tough you are when you get out from behind that keyboard. But usually, I can proudly say that my audience is full of some cool-ass people. Thank you, by the way, for everybody that's shown support since day one. I appreciate you so highly. Like with me, people call me French Montana and David Blaine all the damn time. Every single video. And it's cool because I kind of see the resemblance. David and Monty should be so damn lucky. But that's really it. I just happen to be pretty fortunate when it comes to having a good audience. I really hope this helped at least one person out there. If you find yourself struggling with your channel a little, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what's going on. Bottom line, if this is really something that you have a passion for, if this is really something you want to pursue, get prepared to work your ass off for it, because those are the people that succeed. Have patience and pay attention to the audience. Salute.
Raise your hands up. Raise them out! Raise them out!